Hi everybody, my name is Ashley and I'm your program specialist with Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan. On today's virtual episode, we're going to be talking all about minerals. Why are they important, where you can find them, and of course, we have a fun experiment that you can go on the hunt for minerals in your very own food. Minerals are important for your body to stay healthy. Your body uses minerals in many different jobs, including keeping your bones, muscles, heart, and of course your brain working properly. There are two different types of minerals, first being macrominerals and the second one microminerals. Microminerals are more commonly known and referred to as trace minerals. Trace minerals that you may have heard of before are nickel, cobalt, and silicon. We're also going to be talking about my favorite mineral. I do have one of those, and it's iron. And why is iron so important for us? Well, iron is a mineral that is needed by our body. It's part of all cells, and it does many things. It makes up our hemoglobin, and it helps carry the oxygen from our lungs all the way through our bodies. Having too little is called anemia. Iron also helps our muscles store and use up oxygen, which helps us be strong. Iron is also made up of many enzymes. It plays a key critical role in helping our body digest the foods that we eat. It also helps our body react to certain things that may happen. If your body is not taking in enough iron, you might feel weak, tired, have a hard time concentrating on school. You might also get cold a lot more, as well as having a hard time regulating body temperature. So you might be feeling freezing in the middle of the summer. One way that you can make sure that your body takes in enough iron is by eating the right foods. Whole foods like spinach, potatoes, peas, pumpkin seeds, and almonds will help keep your body feeling your best self. Also, certain foods like cereals may be enriched with iron, and that's where today's experiment comes into play. Today we're going to be experimenting by extracting iron from a breakfast cereal. So let's get started with supplies. Everything that you need should be able to be found in your home. A cup, measuring spoon, stir stick, water, plastic Ziploc bag, magnets, plastic wrap, and of course, the star of the show, your iron-enriched cereal. Let's get started. The thing we need to do is we need to scoop out our cereal from the container and put it in our plastic bag. Listen to that ASMR. Makes lots of noise. And the fun thing about this experiment is you can use as much cereal as you would like, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pulverizing it. In this bag, I'm putting 1.5 cups myself. Once you get it all in there, go ahead and close it up. And for the fun part. As you're crushing this, you want to get your cereal into a fine grain, kind of like a powder. So I'll be right back with a powdered cereal. As I am going through and crushing my fine-grained iron-rich cereal into that powder consistency, I really love, if you want to get that crunch factor, this is the way to go. You can use your hands to kind of crunch it all together. You can use a cup to roll on there and get some great sound effects. Or with your parent, you can also take it to a blender and just process it right up. So I'm almost done. I would say this to get it into the powder takes about 2-3 minutes of serious crunch factor, but it's so, as my Girl Scouts say, satisfying. So I'm going to continue. So it's been about 3 minutes or so of continuing crushing up my cereal. And you can kind of see that it's down to a pretty okay powder. I mean, of course, if you want it a little bit finer, go ahead and continue to break it up. And also, I noticed because it was so coarse that my bag has little holes in it. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to a clear bag for this experiment so we can see it a little bit more. It's a lot of fun breaking it up. So, okay. So now that my powder, my cereal is now into a powdered consistency, I am going to go ahead and add an additional 2/3 water to this bag. So that would be 2 cups, I would imagine, that we can get in here. Just enough so your cereal can float around, and it'll help the fibers of the cereal grain separate from the iron that has been put into it. So you can use any type of cereal that you like in this experiment as long as it has been iron enriched. So without adding the iron in here, many cereals, they don't lend any nutritional value for you to eat. So whatever you choose for your daily, your daily breakfast, just make sure that it is something that will help not only taste good, but will help continue to have your bones be strong and healthy so you can go out there and change the world. So I'm just going to continue mixing it around. This experiment calls for a heavy magnet. In my home, I don't have long magnets, but what I do have are some of these fun blocks that we use often to build things. So I'm going to be trying it out with this, and then also a magnetic clip. So it holds a lot on there, so hopefully it will help us separate the iron away. So I'm just going to play around with it for just a minute and see what I can bring up on the screen for us. So be right back. So when you're adding water, remember I did about 1.5 cups of the cereal. You want to add 2 additional cups of water to that. And when you do that, when you add the water, it will kind of create this, I call it, it looks like the bottom of your lake where you have a lot of sediment, but it'll allow the sediment of the cereal grains separate from the iron. And what will happen is you'll kind of slosh it back and forth for a minute or two, and you're allowing your iron to separate from the cereal itself. They say to go and just go just like that. Or you can use your stir stick and continue to kind of circle it around there. And if you look really close during this time, you can start to see little black flecks in your cereal. It's going to be a little bit harder for you to see it on the screen. So it's pretty cool. Like once you have your mixture just, kind of agitated and separated, you can go ahead and take your magnet. Don't forget that the stronger the magnet, the more easy it is to bring your iron to the plastic screen. So all you do is just take your magnet. You're going to slowly make some circular motions. And if you look really close, you can start to see little black flecks just come close to your bag. And it's really cool because then also your cereal that it hasn't dislodged from also will move. So continue kind of just shake it ever so gently, not to break your bag, and flex it there. So pretty cool. Pretty neat. Without adding the iron into the cereal, many breakfast cereals wouldn't be that nutritious for us. Cornflakes that you've seen today, for example, are nothing more than a corn kernel that has been milled, dried, toasted and squashed, and then you add a little bit of salt and sugar to make it taste tasty that you enjoy in the morning. So it doesn't have much of that nutritional value as the original cereal seed had presented itself. So adding the iron into it will continue to help your bones grow. Now you know the reason and the role that the micro mineral or the trace mineral that iron plays into our everyday life and helps us be bold and change the world. You can go ahead and show your friends what it takes to be strong. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next week as we take on the world.